The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below.
And welcome back to the channel as we get set for Game 4 of this best of 5-game set between the 2019 Oakland Athletics and the 1927 New York Yankees. Here is the situation. The A's currently lead this Gauntlet Challenge with a series score of winning 2-1. And if they win this game today, this series will be over. If the new 1927 Yankees win this game, then this series is going to shift back to the Coliseum for Game 5 later on today. With that being said, your pitching matchups are set, and it will be a rematch of Game 1 featuring Waite Hoyt for the 1927 Yankees as he is finishing up taking his warm-up tosses, and he will be opposed by Frankie Montas of the 2019 Oakland Athletics. Lineups have been exchanged in home plate, and we're just about set and get ready for baseball as Matt Chapman steps into the box against Waite Hoyt to kick off Game 4 played with History Maker Baseball Express. 2-4-5. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Matt Chapman a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die if flash or control. Waite Hoyt does have control, so the black die 3, or excuse me, the black die 4 will be reduced to a black die 3. And I do apologize for the glare. And since it's early, we're going to put the runners on first and second, and we're going to look at the optional homebrew men on base narrative charts for the result of the outcome of Matt Chapman's AB. So since it's first and second, the decider die was not used. So it's going to be back-to-back singles for Matt Chapman to open up this game for him. And it will be Matt Olson now stepping up to the plate on the men on base narrative chart. The black and blue dice is such of a 23. Eager grounds out. Matt Olson is not an eager batter, so that is going to be a walk to load the bases. And just like that, the 2019 A's are in business. As we move to Chad Pinder off of the men on base chart. Again, reading the black and blue dice as such of a 36. Active batter gets runners advance 2 bases single and a stolen base. Well, again, this is referring to the running quality since active is a running quality. So in this case here, Chad Pinder is not an active runner, and that is going to be a contact result of 3 on the red die, and I roll all 3 of the dice as you can see on screen. and it will be a 3 on the contact. Is Chad Pinder a sad sack or utility batter? He is a semi-utility. However, the decider die says he is a utility, so that is going to be a pop out to end the top half of the first, to strand the bases loaded, and that could be huge going into the bottom half of the first, as the 1927 Yankees will take their turn against Frankie Montas, and Julie Wera will step up to the plate. 245. And again, I do apologize for the glare. I'm still setting up the good lighting that I need. 245. Again, is Montas a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Julie Wera a sad sack batter? Yes, 245. Yes, 245. Sad sack batter for Julie Wera? No. So that is going to be men on base result, -1 for the black die if flash control. Oh, excuse me. Frankie Montas has flash and control, so that is going to be a -2 for the black die, and we will put the runner on at second base, and it'll be a 2 and a 5, which will be a single and a stolen base for Julie Wera off of my homebrew optional men on base narrative chart. Here's Pat Collins off of the men on base chart. Even the black and blue dice is such of an 11. Batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant? Well, as you can tell by the sunny stormy qualities for both teams, both are stormy. So in this case, for the first few innings, they are gonna be full. I do believe they are full dissonant through the first. Same thing with freshness. We're gonna treat it as semi-fresh. We're gonna treat it as full fresh and semi-fresh for the. I think it's semi for the first 3 innings. I think it'll switch by the top half of the fourth. So again, I do correct me if I'm wrong if you own a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, but I'm going to be playing it as that they are dissonant, and that the pitching team is dissonant. So that is going to be a single and put in the runners on first and third for Pat Collins, and that's going to bring up Earl Combs to bat off of the men on base chart. 15. Scrapper hits double. Earl Combs is a semi-scrapper. However, the decider die says no, he is not a scrapper. That is going to be hit high, hit far, and hit gone as Earl Combs connects on a Frankie Montas breaking ball and sends one to the cheap seats in right field into right field for a 3-run home run, as the 1927 Yankees lead this game at the end of the first inning with the score of 3-0. Mark Hanna will lead things off here in the top half of the second. Current Tiger, former Oakland Athletic, former Brewer, and former New York Met. 2-3-4. Is the pitcher not fresh? Well, again, the way that I work freshness is 3 full fresh and 3 semi-fresh for those of you that are just joining us for the first time. So in this case here, the pitcher is still fresh since we're still in the first 3 innings, and we move to Mark Hanna's check of a sad sack batter. It looks like Mark Hanna is not a sad sack batter, so that is going to be a -1 for the black die if control men on base result. And it looks like Wade Hoyt does have control, so that is going to put the runners, for now, as we're going to play it safe for the A's as it's early, on first and second for a decider die was not used. So it'll be back-to-back walks for Mark Canha off of my homebrew optional men on base narrative chart. Here's Jurickson Profar off of the men on base chart. Again, reading the black and blue dice is such of an 11 batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant. Well, again, the team is stormy, and again, I'm going to be treating it as they are. I think I played it wrong the last time, but I'm still going to keep it as a single for the Yankee batter. But for this one, I think I'm going to keep it the same way. But do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section below of the rules, and I'm sure enough I'll be able to get it for the next time. But I'm going to keep it as a single for Jurickson Profar, and the bases are loaded full of Oakland A's for Ramon Laureano, who is stepping up to the plate. 24. Gold fielder makes the out. Unfortunately, Mark Koenig is not a gold fielder, so that is going to be the first run of the game for the Oakland Athletics, as the 1927 Yankees still lead this game by a score of 3-1. And we will swap both cards out, and we go now to Josh Phegley, the catcher for the 2019 A's. 34. And again, I do apologize for the glare. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 34. Slugger hits double. Look at this. Josh Phegley is a slugger. So that is going to be 2 bases on doubles. So the runner on third will score. The runner on second will score. And the runner on first will go to third. This game is tied as Josh Phegley hits a game-tying 2 RBI double. And the 2019 A's all of a sudden have tied the game up at 3 apiece. Here's Marcus Semien to roll off of the men on base chart. 23. Eager grounds out. Marcus Semien is not an eager, so that's going to load the bases once again. And that's going to prompt a quick mound visit by the pitching coach and the catcher to calm Wade Hoyt down. And let's see and find out if the bullpen is active for the 1927 Yankees. They are. And they are. So they are just getting ready and getting loose. And we will head now to Matt Chapman's turn off of the men on base chart. 13, fresher relief pitcher gets the pop out. Well, again, we're still in the first 3 innings of freshness. So Wade Hoyt escapes trouble, and that's going to do it for the top half of the second. But however, the damage was done as the 2019 A's tie this game at 3 apiece going into the bottom half of the second. And Babe Ruth will lead it off for the 1927 Yankees in the bottom half of the inning. 2-3-4. Again, I do apologize for the glare, but you can see it's a 2-3-4. Pitcher not fresh. And again, we're still in the first 3 innings of freshness, so Montas is fresh. Is Babe Ruth a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be a men on base result with a -1 from black die if the pitcher, Frankie Montas, has control, and we know by now he does. So that is going to be putting Babe Ruth on at second with a 2 and a 4. That's going to be a walk and a stolen base for the Bambino, Babe Ruth, to put him in scoring position for Lou Gehrig, standing in the box to bat off of the men on base chart. 26, home run king, it's home run. Lou Gehrig is a home run king. That is going to be hit high, hit far and hit way gone as the 1927 Yankees now take a 5-3 lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. And if you're the A's fans, if you're an Oakland A's fan, you really don't want to see this, as Ben Pascal will be the next batter off of the men on base chart. Even though the bases are empty, we still roll off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 56. Patient draws the walk. Ben Pascal is not a patient batter, so that is going to be a contact result of 5. And it reads, is Pascal a champion batter? He is a semi-champion. However, the decider die says he is a champion. So that is going to be an RBI, and that may smell the end of the day for Frankie Montas here in this game, as he has given up 6 runs before he even reached the third inning here at Yankee Stadium 1. Both these teams really desperately want to keep this game. Both these teams really, it's anybody's game to win here at this point. So first off, let's check to see if the bullpen for the 2019 Athletics is active. They are. So this is probably going to be an all hands on deck game for both pitchers. But now let's see if Hoyt is going to be able to pitch in this third inning. And he won't. So it looks like it will be all hands on deck to keep the game from getting out of hand here, as both pitchers, as Wade Hoyt will be done for the day as he goes 2 innings, gives up 3. The manager of the 1927 Yankees really wants to see his team win this game to force game 5. So with that being said, while Wade Hoyt makes his way to the dugout, while a 1927 Yankees pitcher comes out of the pen, we will take a short and quick timeout. We welcome you back to the stadium here, as Joe Girard will be the new 1927 Yankees pitcher, as he will be the bullpen hero, and the freshness quality will be retained for the remainder of the game for the 1927 Yankees, with Girard being the bullpen hero. So with that being said, Matt Olson will lead things off for the 2019 A's off of the main chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a, or excuse me, not the black and blue die. Reading all the dice as 1, 2, 4. Is Girard an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Olson a champion batter? He is not. That is going to be a no runs result of 4 blank to end the top half of the third, with your score of 6-3, still in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. We head to the bottom half of the third, and not Ben Pascal. Hang on a second. Let me just take a quick timeout to see if Ben Pascal already batted. So timeout. And upon further review of some footage, so Ben Pascal did bat. So it looks like it'll be Ray Morehart to lead things off here in the bottom half of the third inning. Glad I checked. 3-5-6. Is Montas a workman pitcher? No. Is Morehart a champion batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to end the third inning, to keep the score right where it's at, of 6-3 in favor of the 1927 Yankees. Here's Chad Pinder to lead off the top half of the fourth. 235. Is Gerard a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Pinder a sad sack batter? He is not. That's going to be a min on base result, -1 for black die of flash. And again, Gerard does have flash, so the black die 5 will be reduced to a black die 4. And that's going to put the runners at the corners with a 2 and a 4. And it looks like we'll be going to the multiple runners on base chart since the decider die was not used. So it'll be looking at the red die of 3 for this result. And first and third, it will be a hit by pitch in 1 appearance and a runners advance 2 bases single in the second appearance. And that is going to bring up Mark Canha to bat off of the men on base chart. Again, reading the black and blue dice as such, of a 45. Fresh pitcher gets the ground out. Joe Girard is a fresh pitcher, so he will get the ground out, courtesy of being the bullpen hero pitcher. And with that, we end the top half of the fourth with the score 1927 Yankees 6 and the 2019 A's 3. Here's Julie Wera to lead off bottom half of the fourth inning. 2-3-6. And again, I do apologize for the glare. 2-3-6. Is Montas a struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Wera a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be an RBI question mark result. However, the decider die says no RBI for Mr. Julie Wera, as it will be a no runs inning of 3 blank to end the fourth inning altogether here at the stadium, as your score remains tied, or excuse me, not tied. As the score remains 6-3 in favor of the 1927 Yankees as they look to force Game 5 back at the Coliseum in Oakland. Jurickson Profar will lead things off for the top half of the fifth inning. 3-5-6. Is Gerard a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Profar a champion batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a no runs result with a possibility for a solo home run. Jurickson Profar has the slugger quality. However, the black die does not read 6. The red die does. So that is going to be a no runs result of 6 blank to end the top half of the fifth, as the score remains 6-3 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. Here's Pat Collins to lead it off here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. And one of the dice just fell out of the box here. Just give me a second. Here it is. Oh, 2 dice did not enter the box. So again, I do apologize. And I will re-roll here. 1-4-6 is Joe Girard an ace or dynamic pitcher? Oh, excuse me. It's the bottom half of the fifth, and Frankie Montas faces Pat Collins. I'm sorry. So a 1-4-6 reads: Is Frankie Montas a ace or dynamic pitcher? He is a semi-ace. The decider die says he is an ace. So that is going to be a no runs result of 6 to end the fifth inning altogether. we head to the top half of the sixth, and Ramon Laureano will now bat. 1-1-6. Is Joe Girard a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Ramon Laureano a utility batter? He is not. That is going to be an RBI question mark result. And look at this. The decider die says he is going to get the RBI. However, the black die is a 6. And with the rules for this game, instead of 1 RBI, Ramon Laureano is going to get 2 of them as the 2019 A's creep ever closer. It's a 1-run game with the score now being 6-5. And here's how we're going to work things out for the narrative of the RBI. So we're going to roll the decider die. First off, we're going to roll the decider die again, twice for 2 RBIs and only once for 1 RBI. So what this is going to happen is this. We're going to ask the decider die, did both RBIs happen in the same at-bat? They did. And they did. So now we get to roll again off of my optional RBI homebrew RBI question mark and microchart RBI narrative chart to determine the outcome of the RBI. And it looks like it will be an error on the pitcher as he throws it into the seats unexpectedly, and 2 runs will score. So E1 and 2 RBIs. Man, the Yankees have just played sloppy defense to put this game within 1 run, as that'll be it for the top half of the sixth, with your score now 6-5 in favor of the 2019 Athletics. Earl Combs will be the leadoff batter. 1-1-6. Is Montas a struggler pitcher? He is not. Is Combs a utility batter? No, sir, he is not. So that's going to be an RBI question mark result. However, this time the decider die says no RBI. So that is going to be a 1 dot to end the 6th inning to keep the score within 1 run. Buckle up, folks, as we now head to the 7th inning here at Yankee Stadium, with your situation as follows. If the 2019 Athletics managed to come back and defeat the 1927 Yankees in this game, this series is over. However, if the Yankees hang on to this score, or if the score holds for 5 more half innings, possibly 6, this game, you will be seeing Game 5 happen at the Oakland Coliseum later on today. Top half of the 7th. 1-3-6. Is Girard an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Fegley a hero batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a no runs result. However, with a possibility of a solo home run. Sorry, as my phone alarm went off. 1-3-6. Again, would be a no runs result with a chance for a solo home run. The black die is not a 6, and it will be a 6 blank to end the top half of the 7th as we head to the stretch here at Yankee Stadium number 1. As these fine fans in attendance sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," let's determine if Frankie Montas is going to be able to pitch in the bottom half of the 7th. And he won't. So it looks like a pitching change is in order for the 2019 A's, as while these folks sing "God Bless America" to honor opening week, and here in Major League Baseball, we We'll have the 2019 A's make a pitching change, and we will take a quick timeout. Welcome back to the stadium as the patrons here at Yankee Stadium settles back into their seats to watch the remainder of this game. And out of the bullpen comes Liam Hendriks for the 2019 Athletics, as he will be the bullpen hero to finish off, hopefully, this game to possibly win the series for the 2019 Athletics. He has a tough task at hand, but let's see if he can do it against Mark Koenig to lead off the bottom half of the seventh inning. 3-3-6. I do apologize for the glare. There we go. 3-3-6. Is Hendricks a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Koenig a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That is going to be an RBI question mark result. And it looks like, oh man, what a rude welcome for Liam Hendriks as the 1927 Yankees put another run on the board. It is now 7-5 in favor of the 1927 Yankees, and let's find out what the outcome of the RBI will be. It'll be an error on the center fielder, and that's going to end the seventh inning overall, and your score remains 7-5 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees as they look to force Game 5 back at the Coliseum. We are at the top of half of the eighth, and Marcus Semien will be the batter. 4-4-5. Is Gerard a workman pitcher? He is not. Is Marcus Semien a hero batter? He is a semi-hero. The Decider Die says he is a hero. That's going to put the runners at the corners with a men on base result, with a base running adjustment symbol. And Marcus Semien, and for Marcus Semien, no adjustment will be needed, as we will put the runners on at the corners, hopefully to tie the game up. With a Decider Die was used. 2 hits for Marcus Semien off of my homebrew optional men on base narrative chart. And again, you could roll any of the 3 black, red, or blue dice as you want, but I'm going to roll the red die that I have in my hand here. And a 1 or a 3, 1 or a 6 is going to be constituting as a home run, a solo home run, since he was the leadoff batter. A 2 or a 5 is a single, 3 is a triple, and 4 is a double. And Marcus Semien gets to collect 2 hits. So it's a 3 with a triple. And there's a home run. So it's a 1-run game now, as the 2019 A's try to mount a huge comeback here against the 1927 Yankees, as they are vying to become only the 5th team in this project to beat the 1927 Yankees this year. Let's see if that is the case, as Matt Chapman leads it off on the men on base chart for the 2019 Athletics. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 16. Good eye rolls again. Unfortunately, Matt Chapman does not have a good eye. What a way to strand the bases, to strand runners at the corners if you're the 1927 Yankees. As we head to the bottom half of the eighth, your score is now 7-6 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. And the Bambino, Babe Ruth, will lead it off here in the bottom half of the eighth. 1-4-6. Is Liam Hendriks an ace or dynamic pitcher? He is an ace pitcher. That's going to be a no runs result of 1 blank. That is huge if you're the 2019 A's. Getting Babe Ruth out is one task. Now can you do it again to Lou Gehrig in the next inning, or maybe Ben Pascal or Pascal in the somewhere in the, if you can get the next batter out the next inning, you could possibly be the 5th team to win the series, but to beat the 1927 Yankees in a best of 5 game in a best of 5 game set. But first, you got to get the lead, and let's see if Matt Olson can deliver on that promise. 146. Ace or dynamic pitcher for Gerard? No. Is Matt Olson a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That is a men on base result. -1 for the black die of control. He escaped the bases loaded situation. They're going to put the runners on second and third. And it looks like the decider die was not used, and Matt Olson is going to collect 2 hits off of the men on base, off of my optional homebrew men on base narrative chart. Oh, baby. Let's see what happens with these 2 hits. 6 is a home run. That ties the game. A solo home run for Matt Olson ties the game. And they take the lead. Oh my goodness, with a 6. Are you kidding me? The 2019 A's down 6-3 storm back to take an 8-7 lead. The 2019 Athletics don't give up. Never ever gave up in this game to take an 8-7 lead off of a 2-homer day by Matt Olson off of my optional homebrew men on base narrative charts. Wow. Oh my goodness. So Chad Pinder will now bat off of the men on base narrative chart. Again, reading the black and blue dice is such of a 35. Control pitcher gets the ground out. And yes, he does get the ground out. And that's going to do it for the top half of the 9th. Now, here is the situation. If Gehrig gets any type of a run, I don't care if it's by my optional homebrew men on base narrative chart, or the main chart, or on the OG men on base chart that comes with the game. The Yankees need 1 to tie, 2 to win to force Game 5, and that is going to be a tough task at hand as you're facing an ace double flash and control pitcher in Liam Hendricks. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to see Game 5? Let's find out. 466. Is Liam Hendricks a workman pitcher? He is not. Hero batter? No, he is not. And are you kidding me? It's going to be a no runs result. Oh my gosh, and a blown save with a possibility of a solo home run. Lou Gehrig has semi-slugger and home run king. He is a slugger and also a home run king. That's going to tie the game as we head to extras. Lou Gehrig said to the 2019 A's, you want to beat us? Do it by scoring more than just 1 or 2 runs. Oh my goodness. So after we play 9 innings of regulation, we are going to extras with the score tied up at 8 apiece. Someone is going to win this game. Either it's series over or we head back to the Coliseum later today for Game 5. And Mark Hanna will lead things off here in the top half of the 10th against Joe Girard. 2, 3, 4. Is the pitcher not fresh? And again, he's the bullpen hero, so we're going to skip that question. Of course, he is fresh. Sad sack batter for Mark Hanna. He is not a sad sack. No, this is going to be huge. Men on base, -1 from black die if control. Unfortunately, that's going to be reduced from a black die 2 to black die 1. It's fine. But 1 and a 4 is going to be a drop third strike. So Girard is going to get the strikeout. So will Mark Hanna. And it looks like we will be going to my optional men on base narrative chart as we look at Pat Collins' fielding rating, which is neutral. The decider die was not used, and it looks like he was able to find the loose ball, but Pat Collins' throw sails over the first baseman's head. The second baseman manages to corral the ball, and batter is safe at first to keep Mark Hanna at first. So it's going to be a strikeout and an E2 to put Mark Hanna on at first. And Jurickson Profar will be the next batter in the lineup for the 2019 A's here in the top half of the 10th, with the score deadlocked at 8 apiece to roll off of the men on base chart. Let me roll that again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to roll that again. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 16. Good eye rolls again. Jurickson Profar is not a good eye. Oh, buckle up, folks, as we head to the bottom half of the 10th. Liam Hendriks, if he wants to keep this game going, has to not allow a run to Ben Pascal. Otherwise, it's Game 5 back at the Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California later on today. 156. Is Hendriks an ace pitcher? You bet he is. That's going to be a no runs result of 1 blank to, as I forgot to switch the progress bar, but there we go. Again, Hendriks is an ace pitcher. It'll be a no runs result of 1 blank. That's going to end the 10th inning. And let's go to the 11th with the score deadlocked at 8 apiece. And here's Ramon Laureano to lead off the 11th inning. 2-5-5. Is Girard a struggler pitcher? He is not. Is Ramon Laureano a utility batter? He is not. That's going to be a men on base result, -1 from black die if flash. Girard does have flash. That's going to put, again, him on at first. And again, it'll be a 1 and a 5. That is going to be a walk to Ramon Laureano. And that's going to bring up Josh Begley off of the men on base chart. 26. Home run king, it's home run. Unfortunately for Begley, he is not a home run king. So that is going to be a contact result of a 4 off of the red die. Is Begley a champion or hero batter? No, he is not. That is going to be a ground out to end the top half of the 11th. And we now head to the bottom half of the inning with the score dead even at 8 apiece. Here's Ray Morehart. 1-1-3. Struggler pitcher for Hendriks. No. Utility batter for Morehart. No. Ladies and gentlemen. As I forgot to switch the progress bar. Again, Hendriks is not a struggler. Morehart's not a utility batter. That is going to be an RBI question mark result. And ladies and gentlemen, the decider die says yes to the RBI. That is going to be it for the ball game, as the 1927 Yankees have forced Game 5 back at the Coliseum later on today. But before we close for this game, let's find out what the outcome is for Moray Morehart off of my RBI narrative results chart. An error on the left fielder. So somehow, some way, lights somewhere in the sun, the left fielder for the A's was not able to find the ball, as the 1927 Yankees win this ball game by a final score of 9-8 in 11 innings.